Hey everyone, my name is Sophie from Sophisticated Organization. Welcome to what was probably the quickest organizing project I've ever done. And today I'm going to be organizing my new freezer. We just got this fridge and freezer. I previously shared a video where I was organizing the refrigerator part, so I will make sure to link that if you have not seen it already. But I thought I would separate it out and do the freezer another day. Today is the day, and you'll see step one after I took a quick before picture of what it looked like is to take everything out of the freezer. When you're working with your fridge and freezer, it's good for it to be a quick organizing project because you don't want things to be out of the cold for too long, especially with the freezer. You don't want things to melt. So I had a timeline and a mission and was gonna get this thing done. Seriously took me less than 30 minutes to organize this freezer, and if you stay tuned till the very end, I do a little bit of reorganizing in our basement freezer as well. You'll see I'm playing around with some organizers that I got just to see what fits best in here, and finally found a configuration that I think is gonna work. I also quickly ran downstairs to grab some organizers from that freezer because this is our backstock area. I want my primary organizers and want things to be the most organized in this freezer, and then I will go back and figure out the basement freezer after, but I want this to be the priority. All of these different organizers that I'm using, I will make sure to link in the description box if you're interested, so check all of that out for the links to all of the organizers. Before you go too crazy organizing things in a refrigerator or freezer, you have to know the types of foods that you regularly have versus the ones that might just be a little bit of a one-off situation and are in there for the moment, but you don't typically have them. You don't want to find a permanent home for those types of foods because you're just going to end up with more organizing problems later on. So what I am doing is making one bin right now for kids food and another bin for breakfast foods. There's some pre-made breakfast burritos and sandwiches, waffles, and then in the kids one, we have been getting a lot of these little smoothie pops. They are from Thrive Market, and I did a review of my thoughts on Thrive Market. If you are interested in a healthier grocery delivery service, it might be something to check out, especially if you have kids. They have really great options for kids, but some of those breakfast foods are also from Thrive Market. And I did include a few of his homemade pouches in there as well. And I made him some homemade yogurt melts that I put in there. But the idea is that it's just a general category, breakfast and kid, and it can rotate as to what is in there.
Between me and you, the way that you make me feel, you wonder if I feel the same. The blood's rushing through your veins, and then when I say your name, bet I'm everything.
Now with those large bins that are going to go down lower, I am playing around there. I have another kid food bin. I do a lot of meal prepping. If you follow me and my channel, you know that I often cook double batches of things, but I meal prep things specifically for our child, so always have things in the freezer for him. Have one bin dedicated to that. I'm gonna do another bin of meat, I think, so I put some bacon in there and just wanted to take a quick pause, get a few more things off the countertop because I know the frozen fruit is one of the largest categories I have, and they are large bags as well and don't need to be put in their own organizers. So I put those in there, and then we had a few bags of frozen zucchini noodles that my sister-in-law was nice enough to make and give to us from her garden. Those are not something we typically have, but take up a lot of room, so I'll put that also on the right-hand side there with the large bags of frozen fruit. I love buying bulk meat from Costco. I think it is pretty economical to do that, but I also like the fact that it's just convenient to always have frozen chicken or ground beef, ground turkey, frozen shrimp, whatever it is in the freezer at all times and not have to worry about it. The biggest tip I will make is if you're gonna freeze it, especially this chicken, is cut the chicken breasts apart before you freeze it. I don't know why this time I didn't do it. I think I was in such a rush and just put the whole pack of chicken in the freezer. Instantly regretted it the second I tried to cut these apart. It's just so much more difficult. And beyond that meat bin that I have there, I have a miscellaneous bin. I have some frozen bread. It is a healthier bread that needs to be frozen, and also some frozen veggies in there, but that's probably just gonna be a little bit of a loose category for me. This fun organizer has different dividers that you can move back and forth depending on what you have in there. So I'm trying to get these chickens separated and stick as many as I can in there. I also have some ground turkey, and that will probably go on the top of the drawer. The nice thing about these organizers is it didn't matter how long they were because that divider in my freezer is adjustable. So I just scooted it all the way over, so it made a nice snug fit. And this is looking like a perfect game of Tetris here. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I have a little bit of space there at the front of that top drawer where I'm adding ice packs. I like to have frozen ginger on hand, and it just fit so perfectly. Here's what it looks like. I love it.
Reel me in to get it going, open me up. Sweet talking like you mean it, but you're making it so complicated. I f***ing hate it. Every time I get too close, you push me away. Don't wanna stay.
Like I mentioned, you get a 2-for-1 in this video. I am doing the downstairs freezer and reorganizing a little bit just because I moved some stuff up and down, brought some food upstairs, and changed the organizing system a bit, and had some leftover organizers from upstairs that I brought down. So I am using another type of little divider where you can move those dividers for meat on the top drawer, and then still had more of those smoothie pouches that I am going to put in a bin that I used to have in our old freezer that fits probably better down here.
You're making me sleepless. Yeah. I keep losing in this game of playing pretend. I don't wanna be a 4 a.m.
These bins didn't fit quite as well in this freezer, so pay attention to how yours is shaped. You'll see that harsh angle, that slope there, made it a little bit more difficult because it's not shaped as much like a rectangle. That one edge made it so I couldn't put a third bin, but that's fine. There's extra space there where I could put something else, and there's plenty of space left over in this freezer, as you'll see.
Making me give me something straight from your heart. All this insecurity is tearing me apart. You're making me sleepless. Baby, I'm not. I think about it way too much. I'm every single thought. It's making me give me something straight from your heart. All this insecurity is tearing me apart. You're making me.
Thanks so much for joining me for what I think is one of the quickest organizing projects, doing 2 freezers in one video in, like I said, less than 30 minutes. I encourage you to give your freezer, whether it's new or old, a quick organizing refresh. Check out my fridge organization video if you want some motivation there. And until next time, I will see you all later.